I can say it, heck, you hoped it would continue, but again, it was fun while it lasted, Syracuse. Yeah, an undefeated start with the non-conference slate, but in comes the one that's become the thorn in our side. Into the dome comes Clemson. And hey, they wear orange too, but yet they throw a little purple in there. And yeah, you don't want to kid a Clemson person who wears a purple shirt. They may become violent about it. But who knows? Yeah, the one thing is, Syracuse, you can't make stupid mistakes. Schrader, you can't carry that ball like it's a loaf of bread, especially when you take off running. One good hit, it's like a piece of phlegm that comes out of your mouth when you cough. Yeah, it goes flying. And secondly, the whole thing there with the option. Yeah, when you toss it, especially you, Mr. Allen, be ready to catch it. Heck, stupid mistakes like that, stupid penalties. And by I have to admit, a few of those penalties looked a little questionable, like a couple of those pass interference penalties. And also, that one there, Clemson could have been called for targeting, but they said, nope, no targeting. You know, it sure looked like he led with the crown of the helmet. But again, Clemson is one you can't make mistakes against. Yeah, Dabo Sweeney and Clemson might be on a year where, you don't know what's going to happen. And of course, Clemson, even if they go the rest of the way, you don't think they're going to be part of the college football playoff. Yep, another game against Clemson, another one where we come out on the short end, 31-14. Yeah, we had our moments in that game, but hey, like I said, make stupid mistakes, make stupid penalties, you're going to pay for it. And now comes a brutal stretch for the Orange. The whole month of October, there's no home game. 3 games on the road, and of course the bye week, which is on the 21st, which I think is going to come right in handy. After brutal games against North Carolina and Florida State, especially Florida State, it'll be time for a little bit of a respite. And then Thursday night, the 26th, we go up against our old pals down in Blacksburg, Virginia Tech. It'll be a brutal month for the Orange. Hopefully we can salvage a win, maybe 2. But North Carolina and Florida State, they are pretty good teams. And on their home stadium, I don't foresee maybe the Orange winning both of those. Hopefully they could give them a good tussle. Virginia Tech, I think we can win. But it's going to be brutal. No home games until the beginning of November. And let's see. Let's pray that the Orange can come out of it at this month with a win, maybe 2, to get ready for the stretch run of the season. You know, we could have given Clemson a pretty good tussle if we didn't make those stupid mistakes. But oh well, that's the breaks. Sorry, Ernie, we couldn't win against Clemson for you. Maybe next time. But I'm going to go from talking about the Cuse to how about Buffalo. Yeah, a lot of people were kind of quaking in their boots after Miami put 70 points on the board against Denver. It was almost like they were playing Madden football for real. The statistics were pretty gaudy. Over 700 yards of offense, over 300 yards both passing and rushing. And a lot of people were saying that Miami is now the number 1 team in the AFC. Well, Buffalo took a thing and saw that, hey, 80% of Tua's passes have been his first read. And the thing is, hey, we take away Tua's first read, we make him work, then he's vulnerable. The first 2 possessions, Miami looked like it was going to be one where it's bing, 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 up and down the field. And yeah, I thought it was going to be one of those Madden football type games between the Bills and the Dolphins. It was going to be who was going to blink first that probably was going to lose. Thankfully, it was the fish. And boy, did Buffalo hone in on what worked. And yeah, Buffalo put up the statistics, and they put up the score. Yep, 48-20 over the fish. And boy, did Josh Allen finally look. Pardon me, still have a little problem here. And boy, did Josh Allen look almost perfect. In fact, he had a perfect quarterback rating. And yes, Stephon really dug the competition. 3 touchdown catches, including one where he shaked and baked the defender, put him in the oven, and cooked him. Yeah, on that touchdown run. And also, hey, James Cook, showing not only can he cook, he can fry, he can bake, he can broil. On that nice catch and run where he bailed out Allen. But what the heck, you know, Buffalo looked like the team that wanted to put up the points. But hey, we knew when to take it easy. But we knew when to, hey, put a little exclamation point. 48-20 over the fish. And now, it's time to go over to London. Yes, we gotta get some tea and crumpets out. We gotta get some shepherd's pie. We gotta get some fish and chips. We gotta get some bangers and mash. 'Cause Buffalo is going over to London to take on Jacksonville over in Tottenham Stadium. Yes, merry old England is waiting for the Bills. And you know, them English who used to give us all the crap about playing football with helmets now is starting to warm up to our game. But of course, we watch the English and they can play a thing of football. Of course, football derived from rugby, but hey, they don't wear helmets. But whatever, it's going to be an interesting game over there in London. Yes. All right, enough with my English accent. Yes, over in London. Are you ready for the Bills? 'Cause we're going to take down Jacksonville over there in London. Cheerio. See you next week. Not now. Not now. I still got a little more to talk about. Yeah, in our high schools, yeah, Waterloo again was game, but they went down 39-13. And again, Minders just can't seem to score. They took on a team and lost 52-0. You know, Waterloo's 1-3, Minders is 0-4. And they're heading toward a collision course where it seems as though they want to play for the Connors and Ferris Bowls. You know, seems as though nobody wants to play for the sectionals. But hey, right now Scott Maloney has Waterloo in better shape than Minders. You know, I'm wondering if Minders is going to find the end zone or find it through the goalpost anytime soon. You know, they apparently didn't teach these guys that, hey, you got to score. And Waterloo, I mean, your game, but I mean, you got to get a little more game, if you know what I mean. Oh, well. And I will talk a little bit more about football. The XFL and the USFL have apparently decided to merge. One big spring league. And I don't know who's going to be in control. Maybe Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his ex. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see that the both of them are pretty amicable about things, and they're running this business entity. It almost sounds like a movie of the week, Business Entity, you know, with a little thing, you know, in the middle of the screen, you know, yep. It almost looks like the wheel on a gurney when you take them to the hospital. But I digress, you know. Who wants a big spring football league? Spring is when you want to watch baseball. And of course, talking about baseball, neither the Yankees nor the Mets made the postseason. Yep, but I mean, it's pretty cool seeing that Baltimore has made the postseason. Yeah, at the time when they lost one of their greatest players, the great human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson. It's pretty good to see the Orioles back in the postseason. And I mean, Orioles might be the odds-on favorite in the AL. The odds-on favorite in the NL looks to be Atlanta. Could it be Baltimore in Atlanta for the World Series? We'll see. And last but not least, what is it about the United States that they can't win the Ryder Cup on European soil? Yeah, we go over to Italy in an attempt to defend the Ryder Cup, and we fall to the Europeans. I mean, the Europeans dominated four-ball and all the others. In singles, the U.S. did try to make a comeback, but it fell short. And I mean, just like what I said, why can't the Americans win the Ryder Cup on European soil? It's been 30 years since we won at the Belfry there in England. Of course, we were in Italy, just outside of Rome. Is that the way you Constantino Rocca? Oh well, we'll see in 2 years trying to get the Ryder Cup back on American soil. I'm Ken Haas, and that's my story for this week.